That is in New York State. And
my vibe. Hip-hop jewelry.
Books, elevate your mind, come get you a good book, go blow your library. It's all good. Oh. And if you don't know, you know you,
I'm like, hell, I should eat my brows. Well, I just need my brows like tanning.
Notice, that is the only bridge on this side of Manhattan. See if you can keep count as to how many bridges we have on the other side of Manhattan. It's a lot. There's only one bridge on this side. But there's a reason there's only one. Because when you look at that bridge, you're looking up a state there in 2014. They ain't done yet either. I'm trying to save that building for the other side of the aisle. It'll be just as big. It's in the middle, but we'll get a longer look at it there.
There's the one you climb up on top.
And you might feel a bump in a moment, so why would that be? We'll look at the ferry port on the left, see those old bridge structures. Oh, that's by the early 19th century. Well, the Hudson was still pretty quiet. The East River was where the action was at first. But the action quickly shifts over here and all gets a lot busier when we dig a little ditch across New York State called the Erie Canal. We lost the port, we didn't lose that mindset, not right away. So we lose the port in the 1960s when the world goes to container shipping, and that needed deeper water than it got in the Hudson. So the port of New York has effectively moved out into New Jersey, to Newark and Elizabeth. When that happened, well, first but now we're looking at the sea. So now we're building giant building complexes. It wasn't open earlier for over 100 years. We're building parkland, we're still industrial. We're building residential buildings where previously no one wanted to live. And we're taking elements of the old industrial waterfront and repurposing them. So the Chelsea Piers complex on your left now, all about cargo shipping up through 1982. Now that is restaurants, sporting facilities, see the big cage with the netting with this guy's little box in the back of that cage. They're going to be trying to hit this boat with golf balls, so watch your heads out there. Now when I say this was the Port of New York, I mean both sides, even that's a different state on the right. Hoboken, New Jersey on your right now is a big part of the Port of New York. Hoboken is not a big place. We call it the Mile Square City. Fair assessment of Hoboken's actual size. You have Star just north of the hill where you have the Stevens Institute Technology. It ends with that train station with the clock tower. That's it. Middle of here, it's House, not East, that's how we say it in New York. What we used to call Houston Street, North Street, that's what we call it in 1811, when that was the northernmost street of New York City. See, this city literally starts at the bottom, at the southern tip of Manhattan. And the Dutch colonial city of New Amsterdam only made it to Wall Street. So that's half a mile, 10-minute walk up the aisle. The English take over for over 100 years, but their city, New York, only made another half mile up. We run them out. We're still doing things the old-fashioned European one street at a time way. By 1811, we lived up to there. 1811, we mapped the wilderness, at least declare where all the streets that go at once. And Manhattan's from an Indian name meaning land of many hills. So we mapped all the hills, practically every tree. And then we looked at that map, ignored the hills completely, did straight lines, right angles, pasted, numbered it. That's the grid plan for the grid. You get stuck in a tunnel of traffic, everybody dies. And that would be bad. So that's the solution. Those towers circulate the air. Bad or out, good or in, not say it's fresh down there. They ain't going to kill you. It makes it possible. Now take a look up and to your left, and you should see one World Trade Center. Yeah, there it is. And that's the official name. You can call it Freedom Tower if you like, but officially it's one World Trade Center. And officially the height includes the antenna mast on top, which gives one World Trade Center full official height of 1,776 foot tall. That is symbolic. When you see the Statue of Liberty, she'll be holding a plaque. What does the plaque say? July 4th, 1776. That's the date of the Declaration of Independence. That's considered the birth of this country. That's the meaning of the height, which does not make it the tallest building in the world. It is not. But you can always win a record if you know how to. No twins in a new design. But if you look at number one, if you do what most people in Chicago would like us to do and ignore the antenna, yeah, they got some issue with that, but we're in the ruling. But they was asking, what's the rule? Well, that was the same height as the Twin Towers. The base is twice as big, and see the diagonal lines on number one? It's all meant to suggest the two four-sided Twin Towers coming together into one eight-sided structure. But let's look to the right to Jersey City. Much tinier immigration center. By the time my father's side comes over in 1910, 1911, that was through Ellis Island. That was my grandparents on my father's side. They came from Ukraine, the part of Ukraine, the part of the Austrian Empire, never Russia. But they came here under pretty frantic circumstances. They were just married, just had their first kid. Then my grandfather ends up here suddenly. That's not that's why. But he had to find a job right away to send for the rest of the family. But he knew nothing about this country. He knew no one here. But he got through Ellis Island. He got to shore of that. But as the numbers grew, it's becoming more, controversial. And state-run facilities like Castle Dock were seriously overloaded. Full of immigrants sailing to Ellis Island as they reached the statue on the way. All the immigrants stand atop the boats and cheer when they saw the Statue of Liberty. It took a while, not until 1903, that's 20 years after Hamilton City. Before this bridge was done, we're building our first skyscraper buildings using steel girders built taller. Steel cables come over elevators and buildings for people safely. We break through the 5-story limit because of steel technology first used and proved by the Brooklyn Bridge. But Brooklyn Bridge is what makes this whole city possible. And as time goes on, we learn to trust the steel more. Because next, we're going to go on this blue bridge, and that's the Manhattan Bridge. And you're going to see right through the towers of the Manhattan Bridge. So you might think, well, that can't be as strong as the Brooklyn Bridge.
Shit. All the dining things. Good, how are you? Let me see. Can I try this? That pizza was in Hill's Kitchen too, wasn't it?
I think so.
They both had good food.